What's up guys, Landon here from the Full-Time Filmmaker team, and I'm so stoked that you're going to be joining us here in the course. I've had quite a few requests for this video, people basically just wanting to know how I got started in filmmaking, my story and where filmmaking has led me, and finally my biggest piece of advice that I'd give to someone just starting out. So first off, my name is Landon by the way. I've been making videos since 2014, and over the years I've been able to adapt to the changing landscape of video creation and grow my one-man video business to do 6 figures a year before putting it to the side and focusing on educating here with the rest of the Full-Time Filmmaker team. So during my junior year of high school, I met this kid who made videos for the school, like hype videos, sports recaps, comedy sketches, etc. And for some reason, I wanted to do the same thing that he was doing. And I don't know if it was the idea of creating something or just learning a new skill, or maybe the attention and recognition that he was getting, but something made me want to do what he was doing. So after shadowing him on a few of his shoots, I ended up buying a used camera with the help of my parents, a $400 Nikon D5100 with a cheap 35mm lens, and that's what I made my first dozen or so videos with. My senior year of high school, I made sports recaps, comedy sketches, music videos, and so on. I was so obsessed that when I'd get home from school, I'd go straight to YouTube and watch anything and everything about filmmaking and editing. And I kept this up for about a year before taking a 2-year leave to do a service mission for my church in Paris, France. And even while I was on my mission, I couldn't stop myself from making little videos here and there. And because of that, I knew I needed to pursue that passion once I got home. So within 2 weeks of getting back to the States, I started my freshman year of college. Even though there wasn't anything even close to a film degree being offered there, I still went because I managed to secure a full ride scholarship, and I'd feel kind of dumb if I didn't use it. But before I came home from Paris, I'd emailed a few of my buddies about this idea I had to start our own production company when I got back. And honestly, this is the perfect example of what it means to scale too early. We started this company, we had literally no clients, my filmmaking experience was subpar, we had awful equipment, still just using my Nikon D5100, and out of the 4 of us, only 2 of us actually knew how to use a camera. Long story short, we all put in a few $100 to get started, and over the following year, we burned through all of it. We had only one recurring client that hired us monthly to make little videos for social media, but obviously that wasn't enough to keep us afloat. And simultaneously, I was trying to go to my classes and make use of my scholarship, but nothing in school ever intrigued me as much as making videos. And even though the company I'd started with my friends was a complete flop, I'd learned a ton about both running a business, mostly what not to do, and even more about filmmaking itself. So I knew if I dissolved the team, cut my losses, and started over by myself, I could eliminate all of the overhead, find some new clients, and start seeing some profit. So after securing a few clients by myself, mostly luxury real estate work, a few commercials, and weddings, I decided to take a pretty big leap and completely drop out of college. This honestly was not an easy decision to make, and I know of a lot of people who have gone or are currently going through this same dilemma. Should I stay in college or drop out and pursue filmmaking? Now, I don't come from the wealthiest of families, so the fact that I was giving up free education was a huge deal. But I knew I wouldn't be able to put the same amount of time and energy into school that I could into filmmaking. Anyways, after moving into my parents' basement, I set off on a new path of entrepreneurship. And within a few weeks, I had upgraded my camera to a Panasonic GH5. I'd reinvested in myself by taking different courses and watching tons of tutorials on YouTube. And most of all, I'd built up a pretty good sized list of clients in practically every industry: music videos, weddings, real estate, corporate, commercials, etc. And if there was a niche that I hadn't tapped into, I tried to find opportunities to try it out. For example, I'd never shot anything fitness related before creating my first hype video for Alpha Theory, but my high school friend who started the company reached out to see if I'd make him a video in exchange for some supplements and swag. Obviously, I agreed, and that one free gig was seen by thousands of people, including marketing people from various recreation companies. And from that one free video, I was able to secure around $25,000 worth of video gigs in about a 3-month period. So why am I telling you this? Mostly to help you realize that you need to be willing to work for free sometimes. At that point in time, I already had paying clients, but I was extremely self-aware and I knew what I was capable of. I'd never done a fitness video before, so in order to mitigate the risk for my friend, I agreed to do the video for free, and in turn, I gained that experience and quite a few more clients. So if you get approached by someone asking if you'll work for exposure or a trade, just be humble enough to consider that opportunity regardless of your status or skill level. So after about a year working with a bunch of different brands as a one-man production company, I launched the Seamless Video Pro mini course with Parker under the Full-Time Filmmaker umbrella. And even though it was just a small course and it sold okay, the launch video that I scripted, filmed, and edited, our top 8 seamless transitions, gained an insane amount of traction for the channel, over 500,000 views in the first week, and almost 3 million at the making of this video. So because I had proven that I could make viral content, and that video had convinced a pretty large amount of people to join joined the course, Parker offered me a spot on the Full-Time Filmmaker team, and since then, I've been exposed to Parker's Rolodex of big-name clients. And I've been able to work with the rest of the team making both commercials and organic YouTube content, taking our channel from around 500,000 subscribers to now over 1 million in under a year. So while my story might not be as exciting or adventurous as others, I still think it's an important one to hear because a good amount of you will probably find yourself in similar situations that I've been in. And if I had to attribute all the things that I've done, the people I've met, and the successes that I've had to one thing, it would be this book, Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. I, like a lot of you, struggled to find my style in filmmaking. There were a lot of creators that I looked up to, but I always felt so guilty copying the things that they were doing, whether it was color grading, transitions, or the subject, usually travel videos. But once I stumbled across this book, I realized that everyone is copying, or for a better form of the word, emulating someone else. Basically, no one is original. Every filmmaking style, every piece of artwork, every song that's been written has been influenced by someone else. A quote by William Ralph that was included in this book is this: "What is originality? Undetected plagiarism." Trust me, everyone that you look up to, whether it be filmmaking or another facet of life, started the same way as you, having no idea what they're doing. And they, like you, have been influenced by their heroes. According to Austin Kleon, you are in fact a mashup of what you choose to let into your life. You are the sum of your influences. And this doesn't just apply to your style in filmmaking, it applies to everything in life, I think. The circle of friends you choose to surround yourself with, the movies, the TV shows, and the music you watch and listen to, the business practice you adopt from other entrepreneurs. I think that's an important quote for a lot of reasons. You are the sum of your influences. So if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. If you want to be a good filmmaker, surround yourself with good filmmakers. You are the sum of your influences. So guys, there you have my story and my biggest piece of advice. If you want to check out Steal Like an Artist, I've linked it here in this lecture. It's such an easy read, practically a picture book, and it gave me so much clarity, so I'd highly recommend it. If you guys have any questions for me or even specific questions about filmmaking, send us an email, support@fulltimefilmmaker.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.